Hey guys, I hope you are doing well wherever you are. It's long since I talked about politics, and today I thought I can say something. And what I want to talk about is this Raila Odinga's AU candidature, the AU chairman candidature. I don't know if there is any other person who has the same, who thinks the same as I am thinking, because for Raila to vie or to get into this, he must have the support of Ruto. He must have the support of the country he comes from. He must have the support of the government where he comes from. And you remember very well that the government, today's government in Kenya, is illegitimate, and the same government rigged out Raila, not even rigging out. They just announced themselves as the president, and they had failed. They didn't win, but then it was announced that so and so is the president. We don't know how that happened. We don't know how it came to that. But it is the same person that did this to Raila. Ruto, the one Raila now wants to support him, that he should support him, is the same person who can never support Raila. Is the same person who hates Raila to the last drop of his blood, if there'll ever be. We can remember very well in the run-up of the 2022 elections. A number of us could obviously see how William Ruto had conspired with IEBC to take power by all means. I personally pointed out in many ways to Azimio and Raila Odinga, but none of them did anything to stop these schemes. We could say, oh, we know something is going to happen, then maybe in 2 weeks we hear they have tried this, but they did not do what they were supposed to do. They do not do what should have been done to stop the schemes of Ruto. So many people pointed out a lot of things and plans of Raila against, the plans of Ruto against Raila, against Azimio, but no one took any measures. And that is how William easily got to be where he is now. He's not my president. I never call him president. I don't even know. My mouth can never slip. I can't say it was a slip of the tongue. I can never put his name with the president in the same statement. And imagine, after all those things, it is obvious that Raila never learned anything. Now, William and the USA government have conspired to retire Raila from Kenyan politics in the name of AU Commission chairperson position. And they are going to retire him in a very, 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 very terrible way. Raila will go home with his head hidden, I don't know where. How would Raila declare interest to be AU Commission chairman, knowing so well that he would need support? He would need support from the illegitimate government. After all these years, Raila thinks William would mean well for him. Really? William is a vengeful person who still believes Raila set him up for ICC. So he can never mean well for Raila. William Ruto is setting him up for embarrassment, a huge embarrassment. You know, Raila was rigged out, or Ruto stole Raila's win 2022. It was a clear win. Raila won with a very huge margin. So he made it look like Raila lost. So Raila, the reason why I say that William is setting up Raila for a very huge embarrassment is Ruto can never support Raila. And Raila knows that. Ruto wants to make Raila, or he will make sure Raila loses this AU thing. You know, African leaders are just greedy. All of them are very greedy. So he may just bribe them. Those ones who can be bribed, he can bribe them and they will not vote for Raila. So Ruto will live there telling people, Raila was rejected in Kenya by Kenyans in 2022, has always been rejected by Kenyans. Now he has gone to the AU. He has also been rejected there. So Kenya rejected Raila, Africa has rejected Raila, he has nowhere to go to, and that is the plan of Ruto. But if he is really genuinely supporting Raila, then I think he wants Raila to get out of Kenya. He wants Raila to get out of Kenyan politics. Then he can steal without anyone telling him, you are stealing, you are doing wrong, you are doing wrong. So, what I know is that Ruto will not vote for Raila. He will make sure Raila fails and renders him totally irrelevant. Rejected in Kenya, rejected in Africa, so no one wants him. That is what Ruto is coming to tell us, or to tell the world after this happens. He is the very one who made sure Raila lost his position as High Representative at AU. How would he support him to become even more powerful? Really, Raila does not see this. So between now and March 2025, William will look like he's helping him win that position, even as he appeals to Raila's stronghold to support him in 2027. So he will look like he is supporting Raila. So Raila's stronghold will think, now Ruto is with Raila, is supporting Raila. You know, Ruto is very clever. He's very clever. He's very young in politics, but he's coming out to be clever than Raila. So Ruto will go to Western, will go to Nyanza, you will walk freely anywhere in Kenya. Raila is just giving him a gate pass to everywhere in Kenya. Raila is sanitizing Ruto, and Raila does not know that, but Ruto knows what he is doing. So he will be able to go everywhere to Raila's stronghold, and he will make sure that people who support Raila now support him in 2027. Just as some people made Raila believe that the system or deep state was on his side, but the hour of need, 2022 August, the hour of need, he was left alone. Raila was left alone at the hour of need. He was humiliated and power was given to William. It is going to go the same way. Raila is going to be humiliated, not just in Kenya, but in Africa. The world will see him as a very irrelevant person. They'll come up with a narrative that Raila is rejected both in Africa and both in Kenya and in Africa, but still claim credit for having worked hard to get him win that position. You know, he will just continue saying that he helped him to win that position. William never means what he says. He always means totally opposite, but only means well for himself. Anything you find Ruto getting into is gaining his own personal interests. So when he works with Raila, he does what? He wants to get votes from people from the side of Raila. But we are not silly. We are not stupid. We want someone who can stand. They can tell us like Joho or someone else. Then we will not listen to this Ruto story. We have had enough of him. We have had enough of him. William and USA want to destroy Raila's reputation. You see, USA has their own interests in Africa. So they want to work with leaders who are gullible. Leaders they can tell, do this, and they just, so long as they are given some money. And Ruto, to him, the only thing he wants is money, nothing else. He does not care about Kenyans. That everyone knows. So William and USA want to destroy Raila's reputation, credibility, and many years earned respect in the name of AU Commission Chairman. They'll make sure Raila loses the trust people have in him, the moral authority standing on their way. So they will make sure Raila loses the trust people have in him, the moral authority to question wrong things William is doing in Kenya, and Azimio shall have collapsed. You remember 2018, Uhuru and Raila's handshake. When things went wrong in Kenya, all the blames were put on Raila. So that is what William wants. Now where the country is, it is at a very bad place. And he's bringing Raila close to him so that people will start blaming Raila. And Raila has never learned. So William and USA government want to rule Kenya without anybody standing on their way. They want to milk Kenya dry, and the only obstacle is Raila Odinga. William wants to become a lifetime president, and this is another reason they want Raila out of the Kenyan politics. So that's why I was saying, if really Ruto is genuinely supporting Raila and wants him to win, it is because they want Raila to go out of Kenya, to go away from Kenya, to get out of Kenyan politics, so that they can do whatever they want to do. Because they want to rule Kenya forever. William and USA. William wants to become a lifetime president, and this is another reason. They want Raila out of Kenyan politics. We request, or we are just praying, or we hope that someone may prevail upon him to drop his interest in this killer position, because it is a killer position. It may look a great position, like it is, but it is a killer position. In case the position could be gotten without William's involvement, there would be no worries, as he is more than qualified for it. Raila is more than qualified for it. But anything Ruto pushes for, in the eyes of people, behind there, he's doing the opposite. Behind there is doing the opposite. Ruto never means what he says. So, let him stay together with his colleagues in Azimio and strategize to remove William from power. big majority who voted for William are regretting now. And they only have hope in Azimio. They have hope in Raila. And now that Raila is working with the very person Kenyans have no faith in, what will he tell the people? Is he going to tell us that all of a sudden William is now a good person and that people should trust him? Is that where we are heading to? Is that what he wants to tell us? Just as it happened during the handshake, you remember Yas talked about it. They blamed Raila for every bad thing. And that time, William was the chairperson of the committee, Budget Kenya. The budget control. So he was the chairperson of that committee that is in charge of where money goes, how much money goes where, what money should do. But still, with his hard eye, dry eye, he was blaming everything on Raila. And it is going to go that way. So, what we should do is we should hope for the best come 2027. We don't know who will have to fight this giant that we have. He's a giant. He does not move. He's not movable. He's unmovable. He can only be moved when we stick together, when the whole Kenya comes together the way we did with Kibaki, the Kibaki time, the first time. So, Raila has carried the cross of many people. Raila carried the cross of the handshake. Randy is going to carry the cross of Ruto, destroying the country. He should drop this bid and strengthen ODM and Azimio la Umoja One Kenya. His focus, Raila's focus, his focus should be stopping William from introducing bad laws. These bad policies that Ruto is strategizing, is bringing in, and they're just passing the laws because they have bought a lot of MPs. So Raila should be stopping Ruto from introducing these bad laws. And they should be strategizing on removing him from power. Raila, Uhuru, Martha, Kalonzo, Charity, Joho, and the team, they're now the hope of Kenya. You are the hope Kenya has. Please. You guys, those guys who sit close to Raila. Today, I was with some leaders and I talked to them. I told them, please go and talk to Raila. We are down here. We are talking. We are crying from inside. This AU thing is not genuine. The support from Ruto is not genuine. Ruto never means what he says. He just wants to take Raila away from Kenyan politics so that he can do now these dirty things he has in his head. So please plead with Raila. Kalonzo Musyoka, please plead with Raila. Plead with your brother. Gladys Wanga, Uhuru, Martha Karua, Kalonzo, Milly Mabona, Joho. Those leaders who have the interests of Kenya at heart. Charity Ngilu, please talk to Raila. Tell him we are like orphans. We feel like we are like orphans. Raila, please, if you can get this, hear our plea. Hear the plea of Kenyans. Mother Karua, I was with you today, but you left early. I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to send you. Please talk to your colleague. There is still time to make things right. Please, please, please. This AU thing is a scam. It's a scam. It's Total nonsense. One of the leaders today told me it's total nonsense, and indeed it is total nonsense. So we need you here in Kenya. We need you here, Raila. We need you. Please. Ruto is playing with your mind, and he knows so well that he can easily play with your mind. So where did he come from all of a sudden? And now he wants to talk he wants to support you. Let's say now the support is real and genuine. Then you'll get a vote from Ruto's vote. You'll get obviously this one of Tanzania will vote for Jack Kikwete. Then you'll get the vote maybe of this one from Rwanda. You'll get the vote of the Sudan one. So you may get around 5 votes. 5 votes out of how many? Out of 50-something countries. You have lost. You will go home in shame. You will be embarrassed. Just drop that thing. Just drop it. And if Ruto is just like I told people before elections, from 2013, I even told people that you will start paying for a tax for those 2 chicken your mother has in the village. I told them in 2013. I told them where we are heading to. It is now more than 10 years and it has come to pass. And whatever I say, it always comes to pass. So whoever comes across this, tell Raila if you can talk to him, because I don't know if I'll meet him soon, can tell him. If indeed Ruto wants to support him, it is because he wants him out of Kenya, because he's the only one who stands in his way. Raila is the only person in Kenya who can tell Ruto stop, and he stops. So that's why he wants him out of Kenya. And Raila knows a lot. Before Ruto does something, Raila already knows it. So he knows this is the only obstacle. They want to sell us, and Raila is the only obstacle. That's why they want him out. That is number 1. Number 2, if he's supporting, if he's the one I know, the Ruto that I know, and he's lying to us the way he always lies, a liar, the one we know, Ruto, a liar. If he's going to he wants Raila to stand, he just wants to embarrass him. Ruto will never support Raila, and Raila knows that. I don't know why he's doing what he's doing now, but he should just know, everyone knows that Ruto can never support Raila. Ruto believes that Raila betrayed him up to today, and Ruto is a very vengeful guy, and he does not know how to manage his anger. He always finds something to do his revenge, and this could be it for Raila, to embarrass you. You will come out of there with this statement in Ruto's, Ruto will come out with this statement saying, rejected in Kenya, rejected in Africa. And that is what you will be embarrassed. You will not have a place to hide your face. That name you have earned for years is going to be spoiled by this guy. So be careful. Just get out of this thing. Get out of this thing. It is, I don't know. I thought, Raila, you are smart politically. But Ruto is turning out to be smarter than you. Just get out of this thing, because it's going to spoil what you have earned for all these years. You should, another thing, just retire from politics with your head still held high. But if you continue with this, I don't know, you will bury your head in shame. That's it for now. I rest my case. Whoever finds this, whoever comes across this, please share it until it reaches Raila. And those people who can talk to Raila, talk to him. I've sent several leaders. I've talked to several leaders, people who sit with Raila like this. I've sent them. I hope they talk to Raila. Mama Mother, I trust you. I know you are going to talk to Raila. You are our only hope. Raila Mother, Charity, Joho. You are our only hope. Please. If this happens, then Kenya is left like that. So Ruto will just remain a lifetime leader. I never call him president. And he's not even a leader. That one is not a leader, is a murderer, is a thief. He steals during daytime. It's a terrible human being. Raila, don't leave us in the hands of this terrible human being, please. I rest my case.